All right. Okay, good luck.
Send me my prize.
Your what?
Send me my prize.
Oh, okay.
You can get a couple days of food for these guys too, for free.
Oh, okay. Nancy won a Instant Pot contest. You get some accessories. Hey, do you want
Okay,
somebody?
hang on. We are
Sorry.
sort of
Oh.
live. We are live, actually. Hey, everybody, this is Max Farrell from DexMarkets.com with there's Kanye as well. And we are here live on our stream. We are doing a let me pull and see if I can do this. We're going to pull up our website. Yay for us. Let's see if we can. I don't know if that's going to. Let me see if that's working there. All right, good. There we go. We'll see if that all works out there. All right. So today is the 3rd of April. Chris, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Great. We are here on the 3rd of April, 2020, in the midst of all this craziness. And I got to tell you, buddy, we've been in the depths of it, haven't we?
Absolutely. We're rolling with the punches and trying to get out ahead, I think would be a good way of putting it, Max.
Now, I think, we talked a while ago about this is one of the first episodes of the Chris and Max show, right? And this is all based upon, I would say not even like a joke, but just like an inside joke, if you will. The Chris and Max show was something that if everybody else disappeared, what would we have left? And we Chris and I would joke around, well, we'll just always make it the Chris and Max show. Well, that's what this is. This is the epitome of, oh, these poor two dudes that are left have the value of all of our world in their hands at the moment. But I want to explain to most of you that Chris, you and I talked about when we first started. You asked me a question of what would happen if the fiat system would shut down in the world. What would we do? What was my response to you?
That we would sell coconuts.
We would trade coconuts, right? And it's that kind of mentality. I think we both have. I mean, you've been working from home and working for yourself at one point or another for many years. How long have you been doing that for yourself?
Yeah, since around 2009.
10 years as well. So there's a certain mentality that goes with working for yourself, right? Your boss is an ass most of the time, right?
Oh, no, I've had great bosses. Everyone
had great bosses.
That's against everybody who comes on. Been my boss before.
Right. Normally, my boss is great until she walks into the room. Right. That's my point. That's about all I got, man. I think it takes an unusual cat to go, hey, I want to stop getting a regular paycheck, and I want to depend solely on my ability to get up in the morning and do my work every single day. I mean, that's kind of like anything, right? But the responsibilities of what you have to do for yourself is a little bit different. I mean, I don't know what you have found, how do you keep yourself motivated during the day and stuff?
Well, I think way back when I was been involved in nuclear engineering and operations and maintenance and things, and I pretty much, I took a gamble. It was a, solid 6-figure income,
right?
And I've got a big family.
I'd say,
8 children, and been married to a lovely Italian for 39 years and 15 grandkids. And I just wanted to go out, on my own and try something different. And
right.
I did it twice, actually. One in the food business, and then the other is I got involved with contracting in the nuclear field, and it was a risk. It was a gamble because I still had everybody at home at that point. Well, most everybody.
Right.
And I got tired of the grind.
Yeah.
When do I need to be there? You're going tell me how much I can make and so on and so forth. And,
Right.
I just wanted something, I wanted something different, a little bit more control.
Yeah. I think for me, it was the same thing. I was doing some pipe fitting. I'm a certified pipe fitter. I have more certification than Hershey has chocolate. But there is a time when, you do what you got to do. So I got a job being a sprinkler fitter for a fire company, and I was walking in the ceiling of a business, and I fell through the ceiling. Now, luckily, it was like so weird that I was able to fall 30 feet into a set of box. It looked like an old stuntman gig, right? That you fall into these boxes, and there was like paper towels and toilet paper. Luckily, at any other time in my life, I would have fell into the pile of pitchforks, right? But at this particular time, I fell into that, and I went home, and I told my fiance at the time, I said, "Listen, I think I almost could have died today, and the most mundane job that you could ever look at in my life, right? With everything else I've done in my life, and I was going to die for sprinkler fitting. I don't know." And she looked at me. She goes, "Well, what would you want to do?" I was like, I think I want to, like, I had this passion of doing internet radio, and I was doing internet radio on the side. And I was like, I think I want to go straight at internet radio and make that a business. And she looked at me, and I swear to God, with all the people I've known in my life, I've been married 3 times. Once ended up in, I was widowed, and another in divorce. And this last one's never going to go anywhere. It's beautiful. But with all the people I've ever met, I've never had anybody say this to me: "Do whatever you want, and I will support you." That was like mind blow. Like, done. See you later. I'll do whatever. I'll follow you to the ends of the earth. I was like a slave immediately from that point. Um, but just like you, I didn't know. I didn't want to be fitted into a box anymore, figuratively or literally. Uh, and I think that's what really pushed me to be who I am today, and why I work so hard. And I see that. I think you and I see the same attributes in each other too.
Hmm. Right. Yeah. I mean,
So,
it had some setbacks during those times. It's not
of
like it was all
course,
a bed of roses or anything of that nature.
I hope not.
Throughout our marriage,
Yeah.
made some, involved in the food business that didn't work out, and
Mm,
so on and so forth. I had to hop on the Schwann's truck
yeah.
because I had a baby coming, and you know didn't have any insurance, and was in between
Hmm.
nuclear jobs. And so it's not like it's been a bed of roses where I wake up every day and look outside the window and sip coffee.
Yeah.
That's just not how it worked out for me.
Yeah. When I started the radio network, it was go meet people and talk to people for sponsorships and donations, and get money from wherever. There was always I had family invest in me. I had people that I knew for years invest in me. Um, I just kept on pumping it. Long story short, we make our decisions. And how did we get into trading? For me, it was getting into a mentality of, I made some mistakes. Was brought to the binary network. We looked into, we gave a lot of money into a particular program, and built some programs together with a foreign broker, to turn it all out to be a scam and a ripoff. We lost 150K, shut my radio system down, pissed off a lot of people, made some enemies, within my life. And everybody was like, "All right, Max, I guess that's it. You go lay down somewhere." My one business partner's like, "I'm leaving the world. I'm never going to be on the internet again. I don't want my name associated with anything, because people will know I made this big mistake." You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to hide from my mistakes. I'm not going to hide from my failures. I'm gonna stand, and I'm gonna embrace it. And if people want to say that I'm a scam artist, or I hurt people, or I did whatever, I know I didn't. I know I did the best I possibly could. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of my failures. So let it be. So I did. And that's, you look at my name, you'll probably see the stuff about Our City Radio, but you'll see that I'm still here. I'm in making it work. Have I pissed off a couple people? Yeah, I feel bad for them that they have to live with that anger all the time. But I'm here. And I think, with you, because you were in the military for a long time, right?
Yeah, I was in the Navy for 8 years on submarines.
Yeah. And I had the same course of action. I was in the Navy as well. So we had, we have like a kindred spirit when it comes to the military, and most of your family that you've developed is in the military too, right?
Yeah, I have two sons that are in the Navy. They're on submarines as well.
Right.
So,
And then I'm only saying, I'm not trying to pull you out of that your privacy there either, but
no, it's all right.
we have a lot in common, except for that you have an army and I still only have like a squad. So, but you've always impressed me, and I've always appreciated your candor and your honesty and your sacrifices that you make at a constant value. So,
Well, it's
why were-
funny because how I found you, I was trading Bitcoin at the time,
Mhm.
and I just got into that, and I found, what is this? And I had figured that I purchased a bunch of silver at one point back in 2013,
Right.
because technically speaking, from what I was studying, I thought the whole thing was going to crash then,
Mhm.
and of course my timing was off. So I got involved with Bitcoin back when it was around $480.
Right.
And then, so I was on various websites, and then I saw, then I started looking at this, what's this Nadex stuff?
Yeah.
And then I found, what was it? Dex. I think you were just getting into the Dex FX
Markets. Yeah.
markets. And I heard that voice. I said, well, what's going on here?
Not this voice. It was a different voice at the time. It was one that doesn't sound like a raspy old frog just had sex with him.
So that's pretty much how that was back in, around 2016 or so.
Yeah.
And so that's how
It was
that's how I
Dex Trader.
met
It was
you.
Dex Trader. It was Dex Trader back then.
Yeah, Dex Trader. There you go.
Yeah, because we
And,
started off Dex Signals and went to Dex Trader, not because one failed over another, but because the signals area was just too in a box. So we went to Dex Trader thinking it would be better, but then we decided to go with Dex FX Markets. But yeah, so continue.
Right.
I apologize.
Yeah. So.
And then you're here now. Last year, you became partner of the company, mostly because you blackmailed me. And no, I reached out to Chris because we offered a founders program, and he started to buy positions like they were M&Ms. And I was like, wait, who is this guy? Let me talk to him, because we actually had a rule that you couldn't buy more than 2 positions. And he was like buying them up. And then he's got like 47,000 kids. So he's like, I'm going to buy each one for my kids. So we went, well, wait a minute. We don't know if that's what we needed to do. And we didn't want to have one person who had so much control over a company. So we started to talk, and boy, we just hit it off. And that's where we came up with the statement. I think too, you asked me, Max, what happens if the world's currency system, all this fails? And that's where we came up with the concept, we'll trade coconuts.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we're here to talk about today, Chris. And we've had a good program. We struggle with pricing, on what to charge anybody at any one time. And this is our standard pricing that we've had for a while, about 157 to, we had it up even up to 247 at one time. We've gone up, we've come down, we've gone all over the place with pricing. We got some great services. We have, the Dex Atomic now. We have Dex Signals. We got we have all this training. We have all these great things. But one thing that we've always have struggled with is finding, excuse me for one second here as I log in, is finding that perfect solution for everybody price wise. And we've also struggled with, do we have a free trial, right? And I think you and I talked about this a while ago, where what is the free mentality looking for? They're looking for what? A quick peek, a quick taste. Is it like when you go to the mall and you like, and that guy hands you the little piece of chicken on a stick, and you're like, okay, let's have a taste of that. Like, that's not going to tell you what the dedication of that company is, right? It's just
or you go into Costco at lunchtime.
Yeah.
just to get a few
you do
snacks.
75 tests. Yeah. And that's all it is.
Yeah.
And traders are like that, man. Traders are like that. They are ooh squirrel at a millisecond, right? You could say, I have 95% success rate. Really? How do we make it 97? You know, oh, let me go see if that system has 97. They are completely flaky. And I can say that because I'm one of them.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
well, same with me.
yeah, you
It,
probably have like 40 things in your bar every day that come up that be like, Chris, since you've written us, here's another new system. you know, we are a flaky bunch.
well,
Um,
it's a business, a market that's people, way back in the beginning, way back in the whole 20th century, the 1900s,
Mhm.
it's a market that just rips people off.
Right.
And so
Absolutely.
people do tend to be flaky, and it's understandable. It's
Right.
not like it's anything new.
It's not anything new because people are so scammy. And this is another thing. Is this why people want a free system, want a free membership, and want a free trial, if you will? They want to come in and be able to be like, hey, look, I need to see if you're real. I had somebody who represents a very large YouTuber came to me. He goes, Max, I see you online. I see, your friends talk to you about you and stuff like that. Because, but I need to see it for myself. Can I see what you offer? And so I took him through, just like I'm looking at you right now. And I took him through a process. I screen shared, and I was like, here's what we have. We have this program. We have a signal program. We got training centers. We have all this stuff. And he goes, oh, this is all great. So this is all you that owns this, because there are people out there that just have affiliations with companies, and then they don't know anything about the program. Right. And I said, yeah, we own it. We own it all, so there is a huge, all right, we are live still. There is a huge network out there for people that have, they want a free system. They want a free membership because they want to see that you're real. And that's tough to tell somebody. We used to get customers. Remember when we still have people call because we're the only people that have a phone number on the website that you can call and talk to one of us. But I always get this. People call, and I'm not going to do like the phone thing, like bling, bling, bling. But they call and they say, I just answered my own question. I was like, what's that? And he's like, I wanted to see if you were real. And I called and I'm talking to the person I hear in the videos. Or they call and they talk to you, Chris, or Thor, or Paul, or what have you. And when they call and they talk to somebody, they're immediately transfixed on the process that nobody else has that. You have to be real.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And one of the biggest compliments I get, even far and above, what we offer.
Mhm.
That's not a sales pitch or anything. It's just that the fact that they can talk to a human being
Yeah.
who's a trader himself, who understands the process, and you can only get so much done via, email,
Yeah.
and then just guiding people through the process, just setting things up, some of even the mundane things.
Yeah.
It's and it's enjoyable, for at least for me, because when I see our list of customers, oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, I've talked with him. And
Yeah.
so that's where we get our biggest compliments from, is that the fact we're just real, we're just human beings, we're working stiffs.
We do the same thing you guys do. I mean, we're traders. We trade Nadex, we trade the systems. Everybody goes, hey, I want the systems that the owners use. I want the where's the hidden secrets? There isn't any. I use a Dexatomic. Everybody's like, well, why don't you use your signals? Well, because the signals are done in a certain way that there's a certain lifestyle, a certain process that you have to run with those. Like I say, the daily signals, they're boring. They don't, yeah, I can set and forget, and I can create CVG, consistency plus volume, and all that kind of stuff. And I can work them. I can work the TNT 1 hours. I can work the SR Maxes. I will not touch the TNT 5-minute signals. Sorry, guys. If you're that kind, you're like the little tiny bull on top of the hill. There's no reason. I even though I invented them, I still, it's like, no, don't want to touch them. Go away.
Well, I'd
Um,
laugh. I laugh at the 5 minutes when somebody
yeah,
mentions them. And the thing is they really are attractive. But
they are, but
when I
they
first started and we got the 5 minutes on the old web-based system,
mhm.
and I traded those for around a month or two, and it's, just I I think I got carpal tunnel in my hands,
Yeah.
and because it's so fast, but it's a wild ride,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then so when they want information about the 5 minutes, I started laughing because it's, I was there, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. And finally, I said, I can't do this anymore. So,
Absolutely. There's a certain craziness that you have to have. Uh, and I won't say ooh squirrel, but you have to be there. There's certain people that will take a 5 minute system, right? 5 minute chart and go look at it and wait 2 hours to get one trade. But then there's some people that'll go use that 5 minute system and try to trade 12 times in 1 hour, right? So they're like, if I can do it, I shall, so it's like,
mhm,
no, it all really depends on your attitude. But I tell most people when they first come up, just go straight to Dex Atomic, learn Dex Atomic. So before I get too advanced into, the theory behind the processes and all that stuff, my man, let's talk about COVID and this debilitating worldly event, this pandemic that's happening, and what the big change is for us. Most of you know that we have gone to a free system for the Dex Atomic system. That Dex Atomic was $157, like $100 a month, $97 a month just for itself, right? And when I came to you, because you went on a special assignment that you had to go with them with your nuke stuff, which we can't talk about here online. But
I'd have to kill you, Max.
yeah, I knew he was going to go there. But when we talked, when you were down there, wherever you were, play whatever that begins with a T and ends with Exus. Sorry, I said to you, I think we need to make it a free system. I think we have to go free. I think we have to stop all of the subscriptions. And listen, we have hundreds of people in our network, So, and our entire company is based around a subscription style basis. We're not overly wealthy individuals, and we wouldn't be able to keep this running by ourselves for a long period of time. Even with the market being what it is or what have you, even if we traded full time, we all have lives as well. And we both solely depend upon this company to do what it's got to do. And to remove them was something that was an economic, huge decision for me. And it scared the crap out of me because in the history of me working from home, I've never been with 0 subscriptions. And when I went into our system that shows us how many subscriptions we have, and it said 0, I think I teared up. I think I became like a little bubbling mess for a little bit, be like, this can't be. I mean, not that everybody quit, but we turned them off. And we had, and I tell you, it's tough to think about that. We had people come to us and be like, hey, look, and listen, I don't want to stop my subscription. Keep it going. And so we've gained back some of that momentum, right? And we've had donators and all this other stuff. But for us to make the decision to do that, we did so for just the Dex Atomic, right? Just for the Dex system.
right.
So when we did that, what was it, like 4 days ago, like the March 23rd or 27th or something like that, we decided that on April 1st, we were going to shut everybody's subscriptions off. And if you were going to keep it, anybody who's coming in from now, yes, we appreciate it. If you can afford to do it, do it. If you can't, don't worry about it. We also went to a donation system that if you come on board and you want the signals or you want other things, you can do a donation. And no matter what donation you do, we're going to set you up with something. You're going to get put on the wall of awesomeness, which is pretty cool too, by the way, which I have your name. We've already have some people on it. I'll get that up here as well. But there is a lot to say for somebody that, can come on and they want something, and they donate their hard-earned money now. Every dollar also means that we're able to help other people, right? In the history of us ever building this stuff, we've had a lot of people come to us. I mean, granted, we had probably about 20 or 30 people come in one day and get subscriptions. This is last year. But since we've turned it on for free for people, what has happened? Do you know what's happened, Chris?
Oh yeah, we've gotten what 160,
160,
160?
130 new people and about 30 people that were here before that came back.
Yeah.
So these are people that originally were here with us and they came back. It was about 30 people, but 130 people brand new, never, they've heard of Dexter, they've seen Dexter around, thought it was, maybe, do I do it or do I not do it? I'm not sure. Oh, it's cost that much. I don't think I could do it. These are people that came to us to be like, hey, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. What can I do to make this work? I don't have a lot of money because we got this COVID thing happening. And we decided to do this. We also had a tremendous amount of people go in and donate and become part of a new project, which we'll talk about here too today, before we let you guys go. But this system of turning it free has given me a different viewpoint of the industry and the market. So right now, this is all happening because of COVID, right? And so somebody plainly asked me, what are you going to do once the system for COVID goes away? Is everybody going to have to pay? And at first it was like a knee-jerk reaction. Yeah, once the catastrophe is over, then let's just go back to business as normal. But I don't think we are. I think we're going to keep our system free. What do you think?
Well, I think it's a great idea. Of course, it gives people a chance to see what we're all about, and if you like what we have to offer,
Yeah,
and you go ahead and make a donation. And I was joking with you the other day. This isn't necessarily like a Bernie Sanders kind of a thing.
right.
It's with Panera Bread.
Right.
This is some socialistic idea that you can just come in and pay for what you want. And I think it almost put Panera,
Right.
under, but I didn't follow it after a while. I think I just focused in on the idea of what they were trying to do. So,
I mean, I got it. I mean, I got what they were trying to do. And again, this is not a political venue show. This is something we may have our opinions. And I'll tell you right now, I don't care which aisle you swing from. I don't care if it's the left or the right. I used to have this show called Left, Right, and Real, and in the radio network. And Left, Right, and Real was me being in the middle, listening to both sides going, stop being an ass, stop being an ass, right? And just come up with the real talk. And that's what we try to have here. So I don't care which side you swing from. I don't care your sexual preference. I don't care your religious preference. I don't care about any of it. If you're trying to make a business happen, I don't care if you're blue and green and come from Saturn, right? I don't care. What I care about is how you treat us and how you treat others within our world, right? You want to kick puppies on the side, that's up to you. But if in here you're calm, you're cool, and you're collective, and you want to make things happen, I'm willing to listen to you and help you out as much as I possibly can. And that's what I think when we talked about turning our system for free, it was like, yeah, we're going to feel the pain for a while. As a company, we're going to feel the pain. But boy, do I feel the love that, from our donators and from our founders, people who've really given us a lot to be here for and given us the worth to be here.
yeah,
Right.
absolutely. I mean, I've talked with, for those who are listening, I mean, most of you I've talked with you on the phone. Except for the brand new folks, I haven't gotten there yet, and certainly appreciate you, staying on with us, and
Yeah.
really you can only trade the market that you have, like, to go off of what you were saying, Max.
Right.
I mean, it's a material thing, right? We don't care, okay, in the sense of whether the market goes up or whether the market goes down, or whether the market goes sideways on any particular day or at any particular hour. So I think that's the key to this whole thing. And I think where people get nervous, if you're new, especially, and you've had your 401k where you're really depending on that market going up, okay, where you don't have control over your investment. But in trading, you're making a determination on, well, okay, what's it going to do the next hour?
Right.
And that's basically, or 2 hours, and that's how you trade. So it doesn't, and you were saying, it doesn't matter whatever your opinions are about anything.
Yeah.
Other than you're going to look at the market, you're going to see you trade the market that's in front of you. That's what you need to, not what you want it to be. But anyways, I just thought I'd interject.
You're absolutely right. So our concept for making the system free is that, can it be free forever? Yeah, you know what? If you want to come in and start trading, and you're doing well, and you're figuring stuff out in your life, and let's just say you trade for 3 months, right? And you're like, damn, I can't even afford $20. I can't even give them a $20 kick just for being nice, right? That's okay. We're not going to hold that over your head, right? But if you're in showing, hey, I'm in and I'm making live money and I just made 6 grand this month and blah, 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 and you're touting that out to the world, and you haven't, donated anything at that point, I can't say that, your stuff may be accidentally turned off. No, I'm only kidding. I wouldn't turn your stuff off. But I can tell you that the act of what we are doing is to help as many people as possible. So don't just come in and just try to get everything you can and then be off, right? This is something for that. If you can afford to do it, if it makes you money, if it does your thing, if you trust us to constantly keep the services on, because remember, too many people in there just for free and not doing anything, not showing, your successes being done or what have you, it'll end up hurting everybody. Right. So if you can afford to do it, do it. The Wall of Awesomeness is small just right now because we just started it today and yesterday, but we had people like Miles Berglund that he put in a contribution for a one-time and a recurring. So just beautiful, beautiful people that like Jeffrey Giles and Jason Clark and Anita Rhodes for the Atomic Zedon sponsor, which we'll talk about here in just a few minutes. But our other contributors of Jared James and Enoch, Kissaneros, they're going to kill me. I'm terrible with names. I know Enoch. That's about it. But you guys, thank you so much for that time that you've put in to make your money, and you've given it to us to contribute to our process and keep us going. Every
Max,
cent helps. Yeah.
Even if you are making a lot of money and you can't
Kissaneros.
contribute to us, pay it forward to something else that you believe
Yeah.
in. It doesn't have to be. It
absolutely.
doesn't have to be just Dex. Pay
No,
it forward to help out. Go help out your neighbor
Yeah.
who's probably hurting. All those things.
Give them a
Just
virtual high five.
Pay it forward. You're getting it
Yeah.
for free, and if you're making money, pay it forward to whoever you think that might need it, and you'll feel better about yourself also.
Yeah, absolutely. So also another way that helps us as a network, okay, and us going to the free system. Oh, there's my ugly face. Is on the website itself, has advertisements. Now, we're not asking you to go click the ads, but even just being here and visualizing the ads, seeing the ads, if you see something, you're like, damn, they got a good deal on that, I'm going to click that and go see it, right? That's exactly what I've been looking for. All these ads are brought to you by AdSense, and Ad Choices has this availability where if you've been searching for something and it uses your search history and your browser history and everything to show you what's on there. So I don't put these ads on. I just put a code on there that Google looks at, and Google says, all right, you've been looking for the ambassador program. Then if you got a deal on there, click it and do whatever, right? And we also make money on that. So just having the system where people come to it is even just as good. And that's helping us get to the next level. Now, the process of having a free system, we're going to turn, in all actuality, we're going to turn the signal system on as well. But there's going to be it's going to be gated, right? It's going to be, you're going to get the Dex Atomic system, but the gate here is you're going to be able to get signals, but there's going to be a time feature that you're going to have to be here for at least 30 days. There's going to be some lesson systems that you're going to go learn and look at if you want to be able to use those. There'll be something that you'll have to do to be able to get those for free and to maintain, right? Because those systems cost us money. If you want the Zedon system, the Zedon bot, there's going to be certain things you're going to have to do to make sure that you understand the risks and the rewards of the process. There's certain things you're going to have to follow. What those will be, we're still working out, but that's coming as well. And so imagine, for a little bit of work that you have to do up front, you would be able to do you'd be everything we got for free, $247 worth of value for what? Maybe a half an hour's worth of work a month. So it wouldn't take much, right? A couple of clicks on some videos, some shares or what have you on Facebook, a thing on LinkedIn, whatever it is, whatever it would be. And you can possibly get even most of what we got anyway, just with a small donation every month. You know, if you're making it, listen, if you're making $4 or $5 grand a month, donating $100 a month, or donating, you know, a reoccurring amount of say $200 a month, after making 6 grand, you know, it all depends on what you're doing. We don't want anything from you unless you're making money. Unless you can afford to do it, we don't want anything from you unless you are making money with the system. And I think that's what's going to set us apart from everybody. We'll be the first person in all the competitors that I know of to ever do that, to not charge until you make money. And we leave it up to you, an honor system. You got to trust us. We got to trust you. That makes sense?
Yeah, I think it's very, very few, you know, if any, in this particular business, give it away for free and just say, hey, do what you can.
Right. Exactly.
So
So we're going to give that a shot. Now, let's talk about some great news stuff. And I'm going to go to the big whiteboard. Oh, not that whiteboard. You were drawing before. Okay. So we all know about the Dexatomic, right? The Dexatomic was a process of the TNT system, the trade negate trend, or trend negate trade system before. The Dexatomic became a mentality of using what we call dynamic support and resistance to validate certain levels as the market was going up. We were looking at major support and resistance way out here, but dynamic was getting closer to the hilt on the trades. And I'll show you what it looks like on the chart here in a second. But the idea of the Dexatomic was that we put this on one of our own homemade charts and our homemade systems via our friends over at TradingView, right? We've probably all seen these charts that are on our site. If you haven't, if this is the first time you're seeing I keep shitting back over my ugly video. Let me go back in here. You'll see our charts right here. Now, this is what we refer to as a private library from TradingView, which we've been authorized to be able to have. We made our indicators and we put them on the chart. And we have 10 charts for over 2 time frames, a 5-minute for a 1-hour trade, and a 15-minute chart for a 2-hour trade on all 10 pairs. These are the 10 pairs that have been made available through the Nadex program over on the Forex binaries. Now, there's 5 pairs that run all day long, okay, except for today, which is Friday, which they'll only run to 3 o'clock, okay, which will turn off till Sunday, and then they'll run all day long until Friday of next week after Sunday, okay? And then there's another 5 pairs that start at 7 a.m. and finish at 3 p.m., okay? So this process of being able to trade those Forex pairs is huge. And this is the free system we're talking about. This process of coming in and learning how to look at, because the green lines and the red lines and the arrows and the MA that's here, this all gives us an idea of what we call dynamic structure. And in this dynamic structure, we're always looking for where do we get the best availability for trade at. But we're not just trying to get into any old trade. What we're trying to do is get into a trade that'll win. Okay. Like with this arrow here, we know that there's a downtrend happening and there's pressure being put on the downside. So we have to look for something super strong. Now, super strong may not come into a dynamic structure, which is this line right here, if you can see that line, but super strong might be these lines down here. So if it does push down and bounce back off, we teach you how to read and watch for all these little dynamic structures. Now, on our charts here, they're pretty wide open, right? Because we own the data that goes to this particular TradingView chart. Because we own the data, it's pretty sparse because it costs a lot to be able to push data. Okay. So, but these systems are still very powerful. Everybody asks me, Max, I want to go look at the signals. I want to look at the signals. Give me the signals. But let me tell you, we're giving you our best system for free right now. Looking at signals, like I joked with Chris earlier, is like saying you want waffle fries when you have filet mignon sitting on your plate. If you want waffle fries, okay, great. But if you're looking for the best of the best, the Dexatomic system, manually trading, is the best system we have. It is the strongest. It is the most valued. It is probably the best moneymaker system I have ever devised in my life.
hey, Max.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it's also the easiest. I mean,
I learned a
we
long
got,
time. I asked somebody, hey, you have a program. This is an owner, this is one of my competitors, one of my nemesis. I asked him, man, do you have anything simpler? And he goes, no. I was like, yeah, because man, there's a lot of jargon and a lot of indicators on a chart and so many things to look at, so many stipulations that if this does this, that does that, this does this, that does that, then I gotta buy. But I can't really figure out what's doing what, when, and how. And he goes, listen, the reason it's so complicated is to keep out all those numbskulls that can't understand it. I'm like, wait a minute. I have a master's in applied sciences, and I'm pretty good at math, and I'm having a hard time understanding it. So does that make me a numbskull? And he goes, absolutely. It'll keep all those people out that can't do it. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. So you can't, so you've taken something very simple and made it complicated.
yeah,
My
I think
grand,
that's the thing. That's the thing with me, Max. It was trading, the TNT and using various strategies within
Mhm.
there. And it was, man, I really got to look at this. And then you came up with the Dexatomic. And I would say, what did it took me probably maybe 30 minutes, to figure it out.
yeah,
And just knowing that you don't have to sit in front of your computer, not that you necessarily had to with a TNT, but it did require a little bit more time. You
right,
remember you had to sit there, you take your 2-hour block, Einstein window, but you come onto this thing and it's not complicated to learn the dynamic structure.
right.
It's an art form, but once you see the art form and you understand it, it never leaves you. It's not like something that you'll forget.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So it's really it's a really, and then you just come in at the top of the hour,
Mhm.
make your trade 5-10 minutes, and sometimes you can even come in at uh, maybe a little bit later, if you happen to
Well, I tell people to
take a trade.
be prompt, right?
Yeah,
Get there 5 minutes prior to, sit down in front of your computer and get ready. It'll take you less than 4 minutes to go through all 10 pairs and make trades on the 5-minute system. Every even hour you can trade on the 2 hour. Okay. So you come at the top of the hour at say, if you're going to start in the morning, you got to get your Einstein win. There's a lot of stuff. I don't need to train you all exactly how to use the system, but because there's plenty of training on board. But prepare yourself to trade for the day. And you don't have to sit down all day long. Listen, I can come in at 9 o'clock in the morning. I sit down on my computer. I look at the market. I go down the list in the first 5 minutes. I get my trades on. Boom. I get up and I go do some other things. I come back about 10 minutes prior to and see if it's won or lost, or see if it's within the running. I wait for the last couple of minutes. And then at about 2 minutes to, I'm already pre-scanning the market. Now at 10 o'clock, I'm then able to go to my 1 hour trades, go down that list, and then jump over to my 2 hour and go down, all still within the first 15 minutes of the hour. Okay. You can get up for the other 45 minutes, go do what you got to go do. And on one, you can come back at the top of the hour, and the other one, you come back 2 hours later. And if you can't make 1 or 2 trades a day, okay, you don't have to make many, right? 1 or 2 trades a day, done. See you later. If you get 2 or 3 trades on, you're winning them because you're being very selective. You're not just trying to get into anything, right? You're going down this entire list. You're looking for one good trade, not one that's like, is that possible? It's going against it. It's real volatile. Yeah. Oh, let me see if I can get in. No, it's not. You are hunting. You are hunting the perfect game for you for that day to get 1 or 2, maybe 3, and then you're done. You trade that 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 2 days a week, whatever. And then how do you make more money? Well, on Nadex, it has a contract system. You trade with one contract at a time. You're making about $25-30 a contract. So if you do that every day, $25 average contract a day, trading 3 times, and you're winning 90 something plus percent. How much money are you making per month? It becomes out to be very serious, right? So 25, and let's just say you lose 1 every 10 trades. Okay. So you're going to trade what, 3, maybe 4, 6, so 12 times a week. We trading 12 times 25, right? 12 times 25, about $300, and you're probably losing maybe one out of that. So you're probably making about $225 a week in that process, right? And then let's just say we're just going to make it very simple, and you're making $900 a month, right? At that rate, but you're trading one contract at a time. Let's just say you're making $900 a month from the system. You're making one contract at a time. How do you trade? How do you make 1,800 for the month, Chris?
Gee, Max, I guess that according to the new math, it would be 1,800.
Yeah, but how do you make 1,800 a month?
You just add a contract.
Add one single contract, and you make 1,800 bucks a month, average. If you need to make 3,600, add you do 4 contracts total, right? Yeah. 72, 8 contracts total per trade. Excuse me. So the concepts aren't very difficult. Grandfather had this statement that he made a long time ago. He goes, somebody who takes something complicated and makes it simple is considered what? Genius, right? That's an almost pure definition of genius, is taking the complicated and making it simple. So if somebody takes something complicated, makes something simple, or takes something simple and makes it complicated, what does that make them? They call that my competitor, right? But the idea of being able to trade at the simplest function of something like this is only 1, 2, 3 points away from what we refer to as a naked chart. And it uses nothing but price action to be able to make those determinations. I don't use fancy candlesticks or evaluations of OTR or the A-noon or any number of these indicators that you could probably put on here. Bollinger Bands, EMA crosses, MACDs, or anything else. Okay. I use simple price action and mentality of movement and trend. And how come it does so well is because we do make it simple. Now, I didn't want to turn this into a giant training session or sales session.
Right. For those who are new, now obviously we have 130 new folks that are coming on that are trying this for free.
Right.
So it just gives you an idea about the ease at which you can get yourself involved. And we have the training videos, we have the availability for consults and things of that nature. And it's really easy to figure out. And then once you have it, you have it. You won't lose it. And we're available. We're just like we were describing before. We're human beings, with families and things of that nature. And we work from home.
Mm-hmm.
So our overhead is
nil.
How we live.
Right. Dad
I still have a computer. Yeah, I still have an electric bill.
Yeah, still got a toaster that needs toast in it.
Yeah.
Don Harlem on the channel says compounding. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a form of compounding in the process. We refer to it as CVG, consistency plus your volume equals gold. And that's the beauty part about what we built, is that we wanted to take the complicated and make it simple. Now, I want to talk to you guys about a few things, and we're going to let you go. We've been on now for a little while, but I want to show you just the history, not so much history, but what's about the future, what's about to come on board. All right. We all know that the system has been made for free. We're going to keep that. This is going to be a forever system for us. Okay. And if you want more, if you want the more process, this is what's going to happen. This system being built through a trading view chart is very powerful. But again, the data for this particular chart that we have is limited. It's only limited to these 10 pairs on 3 time frames. Okay. But what I've also done is that I've created this. And this is a program that's called the Dex Atomic, but it is done through Trading View's charts, through Pine scripting, of course, and through special publishing scripts that we've done, that grabs the data at per tick value. And the data is brought to us by TradingView. We've done it in this fashion because look how many more lines. This is a USD chart here now. I'm going to grab a USD chart here. We're both on a 5-minute. I'm going to switch back and forth between the two, and you're going to see a complete difference. We're going to grab this and bring it down here, and you're going to see the modelization in between the two right before your eyes. Now, this is a 5-minute chart on the USD with our same Dex Atomic indicators, just a little bit has a lot more information. And then this is what it looks like without it. Without it, with it. Now, it doesn't look like it has a lot more information, right? Like right now, but it's pretty close. But the power of this program being on TradingView and having this script for it is not just about the USD JPY, right? We can switch it over to the 15-minute and boom, just like that, we're immediately sucked into that program and we know exactly where, you know, all the bits and pieces are at. But what if, okay, because Nadex not only has binaries under their system for Forex, but they also have indice binaries. And let's look at the Wall Street 30. Oh, look at that. It has an intraday as well, a 1 and 2 hour system. Well, why couldn't we simply do something like the Wall Street 30, like that, and do the same thing? We can. Now we have the data. And the cool thing is that this system works. Yeah. It's not just some joke that we just said, okay, you might be able to trade on USD 30, but it can trade not only on the USD 30, but anything else that has an intraday capacity on Nadex, in the indices, as well as commodities on the binaries. Crude oil, gold, natural gas, silver are the only thing firing right now. But at other times, yeah.
And I think that's important for a lot of the folks who say, well, you know, Forex is okay, but I'm more inclined, if you will, towards the commodities and you know, like gold and silver and those sort of things. So essentially what we're adding is more of an interest to a lot more people. So just a note on there. It's not just Forex that we can go ahead and trade.
You're absolutely right. The values of what we have are transitioning from just being on one particular system to having multiples. Now, how do you get into this system here? You have to have a TradingView account now, but in order to get it for free through the network, you have to be able to go through our affiliation. We're going to be bringing that. We are affiliates for TradingView now. We're a very special affiliate for them because we're going to be bringing a lot of you to this process. But you have to go through some training to get to this point. So we have to make sure. So my biggest advice that I can give all of you is to get on the system and go through the training on the system to learn how to use it. Learning how to use it on this system here is going to give you everything you need to be able to just blow this other system up. You're going to learn so much about dynamic support and resistance and that process and how to find it on the other system because it doesn't have all the extras that are here. Okay. And you're going to learn what that is on the other system. It's like the best analogy that I come up with. You're training for the Olympics and you're using a 50-pound shot put. And then you go to the Olympics and you're using a 3-pound shot put, right? You learn so much from here. By the time you get over to the other, it's just going to excel you. All right. So that's what's coming for that process. Now, this system also is going to be referred to as most of you know, we have a Zedon bot that actually attaches to Nadex. Okay. And that Zedon bot has a process to where it will connect directly to Nadex and trade with the signals from our site, right? This is my private VPS service that we have from Dex Web Tools, okay? And in that process, this system trades onto a Nadex account, right? Makes the trades from the signals that we have internally in the system. You can kind of see there's a lot of trades that happen.
Hey, Max, just since we have a lot of new people that may be listening,
right?
Just a quick explanation on, you know, the Zedon is essentially, it's a at least semi-auto trading system that we have.
Well, it can be, it's fully auto.
Well, fully auto,
yeah.
But you still have to set your parameters. That's what I mean.
Yeah, you got to set your parameters. You got to set what you want to be able to do. There's some settings on board.
I just want to make sure for the new folks, you know, we have 130 of them, and you're saying Zedon, and they're going, "What the heck are you talking about?"
That right? I just signed in for this, right? But there's a process that this system that we made takes our signals and trades them automatically on your Nadex account for you. But again, there is learning that you have to do. There's a NDA that you have to sign for it, because there is a lot of trouble you can get into. You put too many contracts on, you really got to take your time. There's a safe mode so you don't accidentally click on anything. There's a lot of stuff here that makes this very powerful. Now, the cool thing is that ZDON system has been utilizing our signals. Okay, has been using the signal system as its availability. The daily signals, 1 hour and 2 hour. It even does have a 5-minute system, but we don't turn that on for just anybody. But it's using these signals. Now, the daily signals and the 1 hour and 2 hour have about a 30% fill rate. And there's a lot of people who can contribute to maybe even lower now, since Nadex has done all their stuff recently. But what we have decided to do now is to really take this dexatomic system with its dynamic structure, okay, and find out, how do we automate the dynamic structure to show the lines directly? We've gotten super close with this, right, to be able to come and do the dynamic structure. And we're going to be utilizing a strategy to be able to grab that dynamic structure. And we're going to test it on a system first. Now, this system, the Dexatomic, is going to be the Dexatomic TV trading view, right? And the Dexatomic, the DATV, all right, is going to be an email alert system first. I know, crazy, right? That you'll be able to sign up for TradingView, get out. You'll be able to sign up for our Dexatomic TV system. I'll give you access to it through a script, through a system. You'll just you'll be able to go to your indicators and plop it right onto your chart, and then set an alert to send to your email. I know, right? Because the system has an alert program, just like this. And you'll be able to go through the Dexatomic. There'll be certain, now this doesn't have it on the one just yet, but you'll be able to set, it'll have, it's already predetermined stuff, everything in here that you'll be able to set, right? And it'll be able to send you an email on what trades to buy. That'll be the first part that'll be released. And that'll be released here within, I think, like 7 days.
Hey, Max,
But,
do we have, I don't know if, I don't want you to reach through the line here and wring my throat, but do we have the affiliate set up?
Yes.
With right now? So if,
well,
we
have it. We are on it. We have to give them all the, we got to get everything on the website.
Okay.
Still,
Well, in other words, what I was asking, if there's someone, who knew, who's new, and I want to get on there right now. Do we have that affiliate link available?
Well, no, we don't have the affiliate link. Well, we do, but we don't have it out yet.
Okay.
But it will. I'm telling people what's about to happen, so
Okay.
we can generate some excitement about what's about to happen.
10-4.
So get in there and practice and do the Dexatomic system. Learn it, just make it your own, right? And then when this time comes, I'll have everything ready for you guys. You know me, we're going to have training. We're going to have all the stuff in there that you're going to need for this. I promise you. We'll have hand walking. We'll have consults. We'll have everything you need. Now, the cool thing about this first phase is everything takes money to build, right? And we're doing that. We just started the phasing thanks to our contributors over at the Wall of Awesomeness. Let me see if I can find it again. There it is. Boom. Thanks to our contributors and our sponsors with Jeffrey Giles, Jason Clark, and Anita Rhodes. These guys are going to get some pretty cool stuff from that process. If you want to, you go straight to the website, go down to the Dexatomic ZDON project. If you do this process, you will get 3 copies of it. I know that's crazy, right? By just donating and sponsoring the process, you're going to get 3 or 4 copies of it for the future. So if you can afford to sponsor, there's some great sponsorships in here and some awesome things that you're going to get within that. You're going to get first actions. And, when we're building this stuff, you're going to get the beta tester, you're going to get the alpha, you're going to get everything from that process. But I digress. The first phase of this is an email system. The second phase of this, once that email system starts to show profitable, that it's working, that everything's on board, we're going to release what we call the Atomic ZDON. And that's where that signal, that alert that you get can go to your personal version of it. The second version of this process is what we refer to as the corporate version of it, to where we're going to have it to where it shoots to our system and creates a Dexatomic signal on the site. The third version of the Dexatomic is going to be the personal version. And this is where you'll set up your own personal trading view chart, go to your own and send the email alerts to your personal ZDOT. So there's a lot that's going to be happening over the next 6 months. One of them is that we're going to take this industry by storm and bring as many people to this process as possible to learn how to trade the DEX atomic system and trade on Nadex. We are still not an affiliate for Nadex, and I never will be. And the reason why we're not is because we do not want to contaminate our process, right? I'm okay being an affiliate for TradingView because TradingView doesn't have any hand in whether or not you do well, or like, if you win or lose, it doesn't matter to them. But to Nadex, it would. Even though that they're an exchange, it would matter to their market makers. And we don't want to have any bias from our side, you know, and have any reason why you should use Nadex over any other broker or any other exchange. We only do trades on Nadex now. We don't do any Forex trades anymore. We don't do any of that other stuff. We're not even building any bots for Forex. We're staying focused completely on this DEX Atomic series. All right. So in ending for today, if you're brand new, if you're here, if you're watching this after the fact, and it's April 3rd, 2020, and Christoph and I have been toiling over what we should do. And I think we now have the perfect road for us. And I'm very sorry that this has happened to the world. But for us, this little isolational process, everything that's happening has given us a direction, and it's opened up a pathway for us, one that we're going to make happen for as many people as possible.
And I think, Max, for those who are new, what he was describing about what's happening in the future, once you get the language down, and it'll be in the videos and things of that nature, you'll find that this particular system and where we're going is beyond reproach for what anybody has. And it's really not difficult, because let's face it, if I can learn it, then anybody can. I think Max can vouch for that.
Yeah. I fielded the Christoph Gagne triathlon of questions, which has been always fun. But nonetheless, he has worked very hard to make this work for himself. Excuse me. Lastly, what Chris said about being beyond reproach is a favorite statement of mine, because it's very difficult to be beyond reproach, because it's not so much is what you do in front of people when they're watching, but what you do when nobody's looking. That's what really makes the difference about our company. Our sincerity, when we tell you what's actually happening, and not just, you know, when our Forex system failed, do you think it would have not been easy for me to hide it all and just like, oh yeah, well, we decided to go someplace else? No, when things fail, not because our programs failed, but because the brokers, the trust there broke down, the process broke because they broke it, I had to tell the world. And even though we lost a lot of money, we still had to tell the world. That's also why I don't become an affiliate for Nadex. If they ever mess with us and do stuff, I need to be able to tell the world that. You need to know what's actually happening. And that's what I think separates us from everybody. You know, we're not hidden behind a veil, you know, of the great mighty Oz, if you will. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, please make sure that you've liked and subscribed, follow the notifications, get over to our site, get on board. We may have 130 new people on board, but we got over 3,200 people that have been on that YouTube channel. Please, let's build that up together. Share that YouTube channel with as many people as you possibly can. That's what's really going to help us out. You want to help us and you can't afford to donate some of your time by sharing and liking everything you see on our website as much as you can. You see a Facebook page, share, like, kiss it, tell it how much you love it. Tell us how much you love us. You know, do a review for us, if you will, please. You know, if you've had a negative time with us, or if something hasn't worked out, just simply write us, talk to us, call us. There's the contact us page. If you have a problem, you can't figure something out, or something doesn't work for you, or what have you, you just don't understand, we're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you. So help yourself by letting us know what we need to help you with.
And then click on those 3 white dots there in the bottom right-hand side of the screen if you have any questions.
Any questions in here, we're always in here, right? This leads us to the end of our show today. If you can afford to donate, please do so. It will help not just us, but as many people as possible. We will probably have to do like a PBS showstopper here pretty soon to make sure that we meet our bills every month within the process. So you have anything you want to end with?
No, just a case in point, just give it a serious try. And we have plenty of training. We're wide open. I'm not going to say we have 24-hour coverage, but it's pretty
Pretty
close.
close. We're with Paul and Thor and
With Paul
you guys
over in England, and we're here to answer your questions. And if you're making money, I think it's important that you pay it forward, and you'll you'll feel good about yourself.
And we have plenty of reviews of people that have done well and people that are still doing well, from in our Facebook members group to our Discord channel. If you're younger and you really got it, there's a Discord channel. There's a whole huge network in there. I own a gaming network as well, so we're in there. We're dealing with a lot of gamers as well. All right. In final for the day, as before I let you go, I want to speak just real briefly on the protection of yourself at home. People are telling you wash your hands, keep your face clean, do it. Don't touch your face, don't do all that stuff. I need you all just to kind of be very understanding that this too shall pass. The way that things happen in our world is that we're either on one side of a division or another. It's always 50-50, like trading. You're either on the support side or you're on, or you're on the resistance side. So whatever way that you think, don't worry, things will change for you. If you're not doing well, if things aren't working out, if you have a problem, you are the only one that can control your emotions and your process. There are other outside things that may affect you, but the way you handle it, the way you respond to it is all yours. If you ever have any problems trying to figure out what to do or how to do, both Chris and I have been in crisis modes, way worse than this. And we can definitely help you out just by a simple conversation sometimes. So if you feel like you just need to vent and have an ear and maybe need some help in finding a direction, please don't hesitate to reach out to us as well. We do appreciate all of your time. Chris, thanks a lot for hanging out and being a part of this. We'll let you all go now. Next time, we'll try to keep it a little shorter. We packed a lot of history into this one, but it'll be mostly just Chris and I talking about all the different stuff that we have, but also about worldly events too. So prepare yourself for the Chris and Maxx show 3 times a week next week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We don't know exactly what time yet, so pay attention to the emails coming over. But you'll get alerts if you're in the YouTube channel as well. All right. I appreciate everybody. We used to have a statement that, as always, trade well, but we've augmented it. We've changed it to be something more of the times. And I'm Max Farrow. This is DexFXMarkets.com with Christoph. And as always, live well. We'll see you next time.